What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of attempting to stance the hell out of the FRS. We're not really actually stancing it that much, so it's already pretty much as low as I can go, or it is as low as I can go, aired out all the way. Now it is time to get a little bit of cambers on it. So I got some spacers in the mail today. They are 15 mil for the front, 1.5 inch spacers for the rear. I'm currently running 1 inch on the rear, 5 mil up front. So just a little bit more camber, and then we should be looking pretty damn good on the car. In this little package right here, we got the 15 mil spacers. Let's go ahead, open them up, and see what they look like. So yes, they are just little itty bitty 15 mil spacers, and they are hub centric for factory FRS. And then I got hub centric rings to go from this here to the work VSXX wheel. This is a 56.1, and the VSXXs are 60 millimeters. So it's just a little, let me show you guys. It's just a little ring like that sits right there and makes the wheel centered. What I'm gonna do is air up to the front of the car all the way. Oh wait, check this out, guys. Check this out. Grill on. It's just chilling on there. I need to like pull the bumper off and make sure it's gonna be attached all the way so it doesn't fall off again like my last one. Mad shout out to one of the subscribers who mailed it over. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna jack the front of the car up, pull the front wheels off, get these spacers bolted on, torqued up, and then we can that I was scratching my vinyl. And then we can camber the car more. But the thing I gotta look out for is making sure the inside of my wheel is not gonna be hitting the bag, because that actually caused me to replace both front bags. As you guys know, I already ordered some up, just haven't got them yet. So as soon as I get those in the mail, you guys will see that install going down, how to replace front bags on your air ride system. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this front end up and do some sick shit. Look how nice that is. I don't even have to put the front end on ramps to jack it up anymore. That is one of the sickest things about air ride, in my opinion. It's so freaking nice. So what I'm gonna do is peel off this 5 mil spacer, 5 mil. It's just a little slip on, and replace it with the 15 mil. Alrighty boys, we have an issue. So the factory stud is sticking out quite a bit past where the spacer comes out, and usually in wheels, there'll be a recessed area, say right here. I know a lot of other wheels I've ran, like my Rays and all that, have the recess. So I kind of figured these works would, but they don't. So that leaves me with three options. Number one, cut the studs. 2, don't run a spacer, just stick with the 5 mil. Number 3, go from a 15 mil to like a 25 mil to offset that difference. Honestly, I think 25 mil is too big. I already pulled the ones off the rear back there and threw them on the front. And 25 mil, in my opinion, was quite a bit too much. So I think what I'm gonna do is option number 1. And unfortunately, it will be cutting off these studs, which is not a big deal. Obviously, it's gonna work fine right now, but in the future, if I ever wanna pull these spacers off and run no spacers, say if I get new wheels that are properly spec'd for this car, for the stance I want, then I would have to replace these front wheel studs, which is not a big deal. It's just gonna cost more money. But anyways, I think that's what I'm gonna do for now, is cut those stock studs off. Then we can go get the wheel mounted up and get all the fitment dialed in. But right now, guys, what I'm actually working on for the last couple minutes, I've been cleaning up this wheel. So yeah, this is a rear wheel off this car. Let me show you what's on here right now. That is sick. Anyways, that rear wheel was leaking in the center. It was a very slow leak, maybe like 5 PSI over a week. So it was nothing major, but it's just something I wanted to get fixed on the car. I want everything to be proper on this car before we take off to California. So that's what I'm working on now, as soon as I get this thing finished up. I wish I would kind of showed you guys the process, but I've already showed you guys the process of rebuilding 3-piece wheels. If you haven't seen that video, link right up in the top. I always forget, top right-hand corner. So it's to my left, right? Yeah, top right-hand corner. There'll be a link to that video explaining how to rebuild 3-piece wheels. It's pretty simple. So yeah, go check out that video if you want to see how to rebuild 3-piece wheels. But as soon as I get this thing finished up, then we can move on back to that wheel spacer and that fitment. Trying to get this thing fitted properly, try to be the fitment god of the Northwest. Alright, let's get the wheel on, and then we can mess around with the camber up top, or maybe down here. I'm gonna get the wheel on and feel on the back side. See how much clearance we have to that bag. Might as well do it with my destroyed bags before I replace them. Oh, I have 2 fingers, a solid 2 fingers. So I think I'm gonna camber it a little bit on the bottom, and then we can camber it up top as well. I want maybe 1 finger between the bag and the wheel for safe measures. So I'm gonna get as much camber down low as I can, just because it's so much easier to adjust the top camber than it is the lower. All right, let's set this thing down on the ground, and slowly but surely we can air it out a little bit, see what other camber we need to adjust. So the bottom is actually maxed out all the way. Let's make sure we got plenty of clearance for the bag. Yeah, there's tons. No worries there now with that 15 mil spacer. All right, let's drop it down a little bit. All right, honestly, this looks really freaking good. As soon as I shave off this inner lip, so there's this little inner lip on the fender, on the Rallybacker fender right here, that I'm gonna shave off, and then maybe a touch, just a touch more camber up top on the camera plate, and we should be good. But shaving this lip off is gonna give me an extra 1/4 inch clearance, so the fender should slip right over that tire right there. I want it to sit like right on that. But that is sick, that makes me freaking happy. Stand back, take a look. So there's not an insane amount of camber, but you can tell there's some wheel there. That is pretty sick. I'm digging it. What should I do? I think right now I'm gonna shave off that fender, and I'm also gonna have to do the front bumper extension part as well. All right, let's go air this thing up. Let me show you guys a little air up action on the controller. So it's on full manual right now. This is where I have it mounted, by the way. It's super cool. It's just double side taped onto this little vent here, and then I closed the vent behind it. So that's super nice. But anyways, full manual, so I can adjust each bag separately, and they don't go much over like 100 psi-ish, which is quite a bit. But yeah, let's get that wheel pulled off. We can shave the fender and do some stance boy stuff. So I got that whole lip cut off on the fender, so it's like that thick now. It's just this thickness here from there all the way to about right there. So I may need to trim a little more back there, but for now, let's throw that wheel on, that boy there, and see if we can air out, because that would be epic. It'd be such tight fitment. That is some super freaking tight fitment. We got the wheel spacers on, we got that front fitment dialed in, can't get much better. We are gonna do the same thing on the rears. Before we do that, I'm gonna bring this rear wheel back in, get that tire mounted. Hopefully all those leaks are fixed. Spacers still have not showed up yet, and I'm gonna turn this little video into a vlogio, a little vlog. Okay, that was kind of gay. Anyways, my brother is currently in the process of wrapping his jet ski, and he's never really vinyl wrapped before. Of course I have. Oh wow, I'm way zoomed in right now, my bad. But since I've vinyl wrapped before, I figured I'd go help him out for a little bit. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you some behind the scenes of attempting to wrap a jet ski. Let's see how this goes. So guys, I'm just gonna set the camera up and let it roll and not really walk you guys through anything.
Dude.
What up?
You didn't pull it back far enough.
Bro? What the fuck? We finished up a bunch of that wrapping on the ski. We got like the sides done, and he's gonna finish up the rest. But right now I'm headed back home to throw on these rear spacers. We can finally get this rear fitment like the front. Hopefully we can get it like the front, because that front fitment is absolutely insane. Let's head down to the shop, get these spacers on, and I'll show you guys how sick it's gonna look. I'll probably have to adjust camber just a little bit. We'll see. Beautiful. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do now, get the rear of the car up in the air, just air it up all the way. Hopefully I can get a jacket under the rear as well without using the ramps. That'd be super nice. Pull the wheels off. I gotta get that wheel back on anyway, so I pull the wheels off, swap the 1-inch spacers out for the 1.5 inch, air it back down, and see what we need to adjust for camber. I'm hoping I don't have to adjust much, but I'll probably have to do a little bit. That is currently what I'm working with. Definitely gonna have to camber it a little bit to get it to sit flush, but that is a really tight fitment. Right now I'm gonna do the other side, get that wheel spacer on, and then cut the fender, and then we can camber both sides at once. Wow, that is perfect. That is a perfect fitment right there. So that there is the exact fitment I was going for. That looks freaking amazing. The other side, I am gonna have to camber a little bit, but this side tucked right in. So that means this side already has a little bit more camber on it than the passenger side. Holy shit though, guys, look at that. Bam, 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 bam. That is so freaking sick. So thankfully I have my Stance V2 lower control arms on, which are gonna make it super easy to adjust camber. It's literally like maybe a 4 or 5 minute job to adjust the camber on this car. On the rear of this thing, gonna be super easy. Let's get it. So honestly guys, I'm running into a really weird issue with this car. So as you guys know, I was trying to camber out the passenger side to match the driver's side. Turns out the camber was already the same on both sides, and that wheel is like sticking out farther than this wheel. I'll show you. That's fitment of the driver's side. That's fitment of the passenger side. So yeah, as you guys can see, the passenger side sticks out a little bit more. It's a little more flush. Still clears the fender, so it's fine. I cambered it out to match the wheel fitment itself, and there was so much more camber on this side than there was the driver's side. So I mean, something weird is going on. I'm not sure if it's in my suspension or if somehow the wide body is actually wider on the passenger side. Or the driver's side, excuse me. I kind of try to measure like ghetto-ly, and according to my measurements, it's like a 1/4 inch wider on the driver's side. So I'm not exactly sure. I know they're all handmade and whatever. It's not a big deal to me. I really wish it just fit the same on both sides, like the wheel fitment, but once again, not a super big deal. Last thing I need to do is jack the car up, torque down those wheel spacers, put the car back on the ground, put all the lug nuts on, because I'm only running 2 right now for wheel fitment purposes, because I'm pulling them off so much. Go on a drive and make sure everything's good to go. I'm taking this thing to California real soon, so I'm trying to get everything wrapped up. And yeah, this thing's coming along sick though. It's looking freaking amazing. Just cannot stop staring at it. But I think that's gonna wrap up this video here, guys. The fitment is pretty much done on this car. Can't really get much better. It could be a little lower in the front, but I'd have to dent a lot of shit up or tub the fenders or get small tires. So I think I'm just gonna stick with how it is for now, because it is looking freaking insane. Now, if you made it to the end of the video, I want you guys to go down in the comment section below and comment hashtag fitment. Let's do hashtag fitment today. That's gonna bring me to the end of the video though. I'll wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you hanging out with me. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.